I welcome you back to the continuation of our lesson on budget and national debt. We have learned about the meaning of budget, types of budget, the importance and uses of budget. We shall now be considering the objectives of government in embarking on either a surplus or deficit budget, as well as how deficit budget can be financed. I want you to recall the meaning of surplus and deficit budget before we continue our lesson. Reasons why governments embark on surplus budget. There are several reasons why governments adopt a surplus budget in a particular fiscal year. This includes 1. To curb inflation. When government notice a persistent rise in the general price level occasioned by increase in money supply, government can plan to reduce the purchasing power of the people through high tax as well as reduction in government expenditure, all of which are stated in the annual financial plan of government. 2. To reduce the cost of borrowing, interest rate. During this period, there is low level of consumption, which results into low level of investment, thereby lowering interest rate. 3. It is an indication of a heavy economy. That is, when government can boast of huge amounts of money in savings, which can either be used to service existing debt or used for future investment. 4. Surplus budget also allows flexibility in the running of the economy. Effects of surplus budget. The following are the effects of surplus budget. 1. Low level of consumption, which is occasioned from low purchasing power of various economic units in the country. 2. Low level of investment. This is brought about as a result of reduction in the demand for goods and services as a result of reduction in the purchasing power of the various economic units in the country. Low level of economic growth. This is as a result of decrease in the production of goods and services as a result of decrease in the level of investment. 4. Low quality of public goods such as roads, hospitals, schools, etc. as a result of reduction in government expenditure. We now go on to deficit budget. Government could embark on deficit budget for the following reasons. 1. To stimulate demand. That is, to encourage the consumption of goods and services through a reduction in tax rates to increase the purchasing power of the people. 2. To encourage investment through the reduction in taxes and provision of infrastructural facilities through increased government expenditure. And finally, to provide high quality public goods through increased government expenditure. I want you learners to identify which of surplus budgets or deficit budgets you will recommend to the government of your country. Effects of deficit budget. 1. Increase in national debt. Deficit budget leads to increase in national debt as this period is characterized with increased borrowing as a result of increased government expenditure. 2. High interest rate. As a result of increased economic activities, there is increase in demand for capital, which leads to increase in interest rate. 3. Inflation. caused by increase in money supply through government expenditure and increase in demand for goods and services. 4. Deficit budgets indicate an unhealthy economic situation as a result of increased amount of national debt. How deficit budget can be financed? Deficit budget can be financed through external and internal through borrowing, that is external and internal sources. 2. Taxation. Increase in taxation increases revenue to the government. And lastly, printing of money. I thank you for your attention and participation. Please join me in the next broadcast.